One of the biggest lies we've all been taught since birth is that the person who's willing to put in the most effort and the most time is who's more than likely going to become the most successful. And ever since 2019, 2020 especially, this has been a prime cause of hustle culture, where everybody's working two jobs and has a business and does gig work and flip stuff on the side and all this. You have 20 streams of income, little streams. This hustle culture thing, or even if it's just going above and beyond at your job, putting in overtime, going in early, staying late, doing the work of 10 people. It's always just being the hardest worker you can. But we've realized in the last year, 2 years, that doesn't matter. I can give you a few examples. Think about your two coworkers. One coworker is always going above and beyond. They're doing the work of 10 people. They're always early. They always leave late. They don't care about the overtime, And then you have Mr. Timmy in the corner, who's always going to the bathroom, taking a nap on the toilet. He's always playing on his phone, little games, talking to people, never doing his job. Every time the manager needs something done, they're not going to go to Timmy. They're going to go to the person who's already overworked. They're already tired. But because they know if they go to Timmy, Timmy's not going to care. Timmy's just going to say, oh, fuck off. Timmy's not going to care. They're going to go to the person that's willing to go and die for this business that doesn't care about them. They're going to go to him and treat him like he's just an object. That's just one example. How much people work hard at a sport from birth, like from 3-4 years old, all the way to elementary, middle, high school, college. They go into like mini leagues, but they never go pro though. Never go pro. It doesn't matter about your work or time. Those are just two examples. Another example might be you might have been working on this business for 20 years. You might have been building a clothing brand or a landscaping business or whatever. You might have been working on a business for 15, 20 years. And then somebody who's 19 years old starts their business tomorrow. But because they know somebody who's famous, they can get put on and they're more successful than you, and you've been doing it for 20 years. Hard work does pay off in some case scenarios, like losing weight. But most of the time, it's really about being smart. It's about who you know. And are you willing to get down and dirty? Are you willing to do something that goes against your morals? And for most of us, the answer is no. We're not willing to go against our morals. And most of us don't know a rich person, don't know a famous person, don't know a CEO of a top corporation, don't know someone that can help us grow. So we're stuck with just be smart. And most people aren't smart because they think they have to stay stuck. For example, when that worker that goes above and beyond asks their manager, how come you treat me like this when I do all this? But Mr. Timmy gets free pizza on Fridays and he doesn't even do his job. And the manager starts spitting out BS. Well, you make half a cent more than him a day, and this and that, and he's this position, and you're that position, and you're just supposed to... No. That's just like how people on my video sounded, and it was 2 videos ago. It's my most popular video so far. But, there are a whole bunch of old people in the comments saying, I'm this old and I've been through this, and you don't know what you're talking about, and you will never be able to escape the problems, and you will still have to pay taxes. And I know I'm not dumb, but it's because they're not willing to change themselves. A lot of people agree with me, but then you have those hate comments, right? And this is what it leads to. For example, they shame you for wanting to think outside the box. Like I just said, if you don't know someone and you're not willing to go against all morals or your religion or whatever it is, then you just have to be smart. And people will shame you for being smart. So for example, me being smart is realizing if I work hard now and then move to Vietnam, I could live a way better quality of life while still working hard. Even if I'm working hard over there, which I will be, my life will be way better than working hard here in America. But people will shame you and say, you will never be able to escape your problems. You will never be able to... They don't even know what they're talking about. They're just hating. I never said I was trying to escape my problems. I never said I was trying to do. I literally just said I'm gonna go somewhere where my hard work will give me a better life. Unlike here in America, where it's just a toxic hustle culture. It's always grind, 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 grind for nothing. Just for taxes to eat all your money. Just for rent to eat all your money. Just for this to eat all your money. Just for a ticket to eat all your money. Just for a little mistake to get you fired from your job. Just for all of this BS. And then they shame me for trying to be a little bit different. You know what? I'm trying to build a passive income. I'm going to try to build me a business. I'm going to try to get a job teaching English. There are people hating on how I talk. I say the phrase, you know what I'm saying? They were hating on me. How much times have I said in this video? Go ahead and hate on that. Because I know how to talk. I can talk differently in certain occasions. I can talk different to a business owner. And I can talk to a old person. I can talk to a little kid. I know how to talk. I know how to change how I'm talking to who I'm talking to. But they're just going to hate on the video because I'm trying to be different and go and move. That's just like you. If you're trying to be different, if you're realizing your hard work isn't paying off, be smart and don't worry about the shame. Don't worry about your boss who's going to say, what happened? You used to be the best worker here. Because that happened to me. 3 jobs I've had. I've had like 9 or 10 jobs. But at 3 of them, I was the best worker. And then as soon as I realized my hard work doesn't get me anything, I turned into little Timmy. I just start going to the bathroom, taking bathroom breaks, being on my phone. As soon as the manager asks me, what are you doing? I'm saying, I'm done with my job. I mean, I just did what my job says. And then they say, oh, Gary, well, since you're done, can you do this? I'm like, no, that's not my job description. You know why? Because you don't pay me to do outside of my job description. You don't pay me to do any of this stuff. They say, well, you have to pay your dues. What these old people like to say. What dues? What dues I gotta pay? I don't owe nobody nothing. Y'all owe me because I'm out here doing this for you. Y'all owe me. I don't owe no dues to nobody except myself, which is why I'm leaving. This hustle culture, work culture is so toxic because as soon as you try to leave it, people shame you. You're lazy. You're entitled. You're selfish. You need to pay your dues. You're ignorant. You just don't understand. You're just dumb. Come on now. Am I wrong? Have I been wrong yet? Out of the 104 videos I have up, have I been wrong yet? No, I haven't. Because I talk from experience. I talk from obviousness. I talk from logic. I talk from what I've seen, what I know, what I've heard, what I've been through. I talk from it. I don't just spit out dumb. Just, what these people that hit comment on my videos, I don't just do what they do and just come up with something to say. No, I actually think about it. I actually sit on it. And I realize hard work doesn't pay off. As long as you're in this Western hustle culture, toxic productivity lifestyle, you will never win. With that being said, as long as you're still alive, life goes on.